Have you ever heard of a serial killer who taunted the police with cryptic letters, leaving a trail of terror in his wake, only to vanish without a trace? Welcome to the chilling saga of the Zodiac Killer. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, a shadow fell over the vibrant city of San Francisco. A shadow that was cast by a ruthless predator, an enigma known as the Zodiac Killer. This uncaught phantom held the city in a vice of fear, carrying out a series of brutal murders with a chilling cold-heartedness that sent shivers down the spine of the entire Bay Area. His signature? Cryptic letters. Letters that were as cold and calculating as his killings. He would send them to the police, taunting them with his elusive identity and his next sinister move. These letters were filled with bizarre symbols, codes that seemed almost impossible to decipher, heightening the sense of dread that hung over the city. His cryptic letters filled with bizarre symbols and chilling threats left the police and public in a state of fear and bewilderment. His audacity knew no bounds as he openly challenged the police, leaving them in a maze of cryptic clues. It wasn't enough for the Zodiac Killer to commit his horrific crimes. He had to flaunt them, to make a spectacle of his deeds. He sent letters, filled with cryptograms, to the press and the police, openly challenging them to decipher his secret messages. The authorities were left scrambling, trying to decode these cryptic puzzles that were, perhaps, the only pathway to his identity. The frustration and desperation of the authorities were palpable. They were caught in a web spun by a master manipulator, a marionettist pulling the strings from the shadows. Every lead seemed to evaporate. Every code cracked only led to more questions, more dead ends. The Zodiac Killer, it seemed, reveled in his control, in his ability to instill fear and confusion. Despite their best efforts, the police were always one step behind, playing into the Zodiac Killer's sinister game of cat and mouse. Then, as abruptly as they started, the killings and the letters ceased. The Zodiac Killer had disappeared, leaving a trail of unsolved mysteries in his wake. A sudden silence fell over San Francisco, the terror replaced with an enduring mystery that has captivated the public's imagination for over half a century. In the absence of concrete answers, theories multiplied. Some proposed the killer was a disgruntled police officer, others suggested a military man with a penchant for codes, or even a brilliant sociopath blending seamlessly into society. The list of suspects has grown long over the years, each one scrutinized, yet none could be conclusively linked to the Zodiac Killer. Despite advances in forensic science and tireless investigative efforts, the Zodiac case remains open, a chilling testament to the killer's cunning. So here we stand over half a century later, and the identity of the Zodiac Killer remains as elusive as ever, a mystery that continues to haunt us, a cipher that has yet to be cracked.